Dear fellows and friends, diplomats, journalists, students, and the faculty members, thanks for providing me an opportunity for the second session of the conference. So today I would like to share the history of US aid to Pakistan. For more than 60 years, the United States and Pakistan have worked together to forge a relationship that benefits the people of both countries. This cooperation produced transformative ideas and institutions that are still being considered landmark. Accomplishments to this day, those are the landmark accomplishments to this day. This cooperation is fostering Pakistan's economic and social progress, as well as reinforcing the country's role in the world. In 1947, the United States was one of the first countries to recognize and welcome an independent Pakistan and extended considerable assistance to support establishment of key institutions for the new country. US supported projects include such premier Pakistani schools as the Institute for Business Administration and Jinnah Postgraduate Medical Center, as well as construction of several power plants. In 1960s and 70s, the US was a major donor to fund two monumental dams, Mangla and Talbela, that soon accounted for 70% of the country's power output. Cooperation between American and Pakistani specialists also included the Indus Basin Project, Faisalabad Institute, Agriculture Institute, and a variety of other efforts that laid path to Pakistan's Green Revolution. In 1980s and 1990s, the US helped build the Gudu power station in Sindh and Lahore University of Management Sciences, LUMS, a university which is now considered the nation's top business school, producing leaders and innovative thinkers critical to Pakistan's future. The United States also funded efforts to improve thousands of water resources and canals, construction of fertilizers to reduce the reliance on imports, and a huge reforestation effort. Meanwhile, imports of wheat and cotton to prevent food shortages and disruption of priority industries to help Pakistan minimize the impact of 1984 drought. Starting 2002, the US assistance focused on improving basic education, health services, financing to small entrepreneurs, and civil society collaboration with their government representatives on social and economic issues. Through 2004, assistance was channeled through budget support to the government of Pakistan. In October 2009, the passage of the Enhanced Partnership with Pakistan Act by the US Congress, also known as the Kerry-Lugar-Berman Bill, launched a new era of development collaboration between the two countries. Since that time, over $3.5 billion US worth of support has been delivered to Pakistan through US civilian assistance programs focusing on energy, economic growth, including agriculture, community infrastructure in areas affected by violence, education, and health. So this was a brief history of the US civilian aid to Pakistan, and of course Pakistan in return helped a lot when the US troops started a war against terrorism in Afghanistan in last decade. And Pakistan was and Pakistan is an ally of the United States for its efforts to eliminate terrorism. So now the purpose of today's brief discussion is again to deliver a message to the United States and Pakistan to keep the relationship and to work together, and India should also work together, and the three countries should work together to bring peace in Afghanistan and to help the peace forces there. It is also very important not to leave the tribal areas of Pakistan without any help, without reconstruction. So we would like to request the US, Pakistan and India and other stakeholders to work jointly for the reconstruction in the tribal areas in Pakistan and in Afghanistan. It is important to build schools, colleges, universities, industries in Farah and the tribal areas of Pakistan and in Afghanistan and some parts of the KPK province of Pakistan. So recent Pakistan's military operation in Waziristan, more than 600,000 people are displaced, and we hope they'll go back to their homes where they can see a new tribal area, a new Waziristan, where they can go to school, where they can have colleges and hospitals, and each individual in the tribal area, he should be given a book, a pen, and a slogan of peace instead of sword, gun, or bullets. So we have to eliminate weapons, bullets, guns, and the hatred against the United States, against the liberals in Pakistan, against the liberals in Afghanistan, and against the liberals in India. So to do so, we need to work together for the reconstruction of the new Afghanistan and the reconstruction of the new tribal areas of Pakistan, including Waziristan, Baljore Agency, Khyber Agency, and frontier regions.
आगे बढ़ते सब बदलते मंजिल का पालेंगे हम इतना तो हमें दम है ये दुनिया हमसे कम है ऐसा करते चले दिल से दिल जुड़ते जाए
Well, 9 out of 10. Experience the change.
आप हैं हमारी डोमेस्टिक इंजीनियर जो करती हैं हर काम नए तरीके से और अपनाती हैं डोलन्स लो वोल्टेज एयर कंडीशनर्स जो काम करे 155 वोल्ट्स पर भी बिना स्टेबलाइजर। डोलन्स एंड न्यू, मेकिंग पाकिस्तान प्राउड।
चुप चुप से घबराए से बैठे हैं सब उकताए से ओपनिंग का जादू चला दे फोन पे इंटरनेट दिखाते यूं चले के बल्ले बल्ले इनकी दुनिया तू बदल ले चले के बल्ले बल्ले इनकी दुनिया तू बदल के चलता चल इस पर टीवी देखो चाहे हर पल सीन बदलता जाए ओ इस पर सुनते जाओ गाने नए भी और पुराने यूं चले के बल्ले बल्ले इनकी दुनिया तू बदल के चलता चल तरह तरह के खेल खेलो औरों को भी साथ खिलाओ सबकी हर पल खबर भी रखो हर पल अपना हाल बताओ
क्या आपका एसी कम पावर पर चल सकता है? क्या वो ज्यादा इफेक्टिव कूलिंग कर सकता है? क्या आप उसको घर में स्मार्टफोन से डायरेक्टली वाईफाई के साथ और इंटरनेट के जरिए दुनिया में कहीं से भी कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं? नहीं? तो ले आए ओरिएंट एयर कंडीशनर, इसलिए कि ये है रियली स्मार्ट।
Introducing Orient Econotech Series Air Conditioners.
Orient, live in innovation.
सेफगार्ड सेहत सफाई प्रोग्राम अपने मिशन पर।
मेरा नाम मिस समाविया है। मैं क्लास 2 की टीचर हूँ और मेरी क्लास में 20 बच्चे हैं। आलिया, हैदर। अक्सर इनमें से 2-4 बीमारी के बायस एब्सेंट रहते हैं और कुछ बच्चे तो क्लास के दौरान ही पेट दर्द की शिकायत करते हैं। बच्चे तो आखिर बच्चे हैं, जो हाथ लगा उसे मुंह में डाल लिया और हाथ से ही नाक पोंछ ली। जाहिर है इस तरह जरासीम तो बीमारी फैलाएंगे ही। मुझे खुशी है कि सेफगार्ड ने स्कूलों में सेहत और सफाई मिशन शुरू किया है। अब हर बच्चा सही तरह से हाथ धोना जानता है। मेरी तमाम वालिदैन से अपील है कि वो भी सेफगार्ड के इस मिशन में शामिल हों ताकि हम मिलकर बनाएं सेहतमंद पाकिस्तान, सेफगार्ड पाकिस्तान।
टीवी पर
और 10 हाथों की शक्ति वाला सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वॉश के महीने भर के पैक का दाम भी गिरा 92 नहीं।
हम पूरी तरह तैयार हैं।
रिपोर्ट पक्की है?
बिल्कुल पक्की। कुल 20 करोला गाड़ियाँ। मुखबिर ने बताया।
वो देखो।
गाड़ियाँ?
नहीं, मुखबिर। बाबू, टोयोटा करोला आएंगी, जरूर आएंगी, पर इस तरह नहीं। पहले अपने यूफोन में 200 रुपए का बैलेंस डालो।
जी हाँ, इस बार फिर यूफोन शाहकार ऑफर से आप जैसे 20 खुशनसीब कस्टमर्स को बजरिया कुरानदाजी मिलेगी 20 शानदार टोयोटा करोला। बस 20 मई तक सिर्फ 200 रुपए का बैलेंस रिचार्ज करें। ये ऑफर मौजूदा नए और यूफोन नेटवर्क पर मुंतकिल होने वाले तमाम प्रीपेड कस्टमर्स के लिए है।
ओ, ये तो मेरी बारात की गाड़ियाँ हैं। इनाम वाली गाड़ियाँ तो शोरूम पर हैं। तुम क्या समझते हो, इस तरह से मेरे बारातियों को रोक लोगे? चलो भाइयों, खाना लग गया है।
And some other areas in the tribal areas of Pakistan. We personally went there and met with the people, and we observed that they are in need of some financial support and some moral support for education, for health, for women empowerment, for learning technology, science, language, and for vocational training. So if the youngsters in the tribal areas, that the areas where extremism is a fuel for terrorism, if we destroy this extremism through education, Medicare, through financial assistance, through reconstruction of the new tribal area and the new Afghanistan, I hope people will be engaged in their work, and the kids will start going to school, and the youngsters will go to college, and they will enjoy a peaceful life. So, in order to eliminate the terrorism from its grassroots level, it is very important for the countries in the NATO and the neighboring countries of Afghanistan to help by all means to reconstruct a new Afghanistan. I'm not talking only about the infrastructure, I'm talking about the reconstruction of new minds, of new brains, new slogans, new thought-provoking ideas for peace, for solidarity, for education, for health, for empowerment of women, where kids can go to school. We can give an example of Malala Yousafzai, who worked hard in Swat. a disturbed area in Pakistan few years ago, and now it's a peaceful area with the help of Pakistan's armed forces with the military operation there. And we hope that in Waziristan, after the military operation, it will be a peaceful region very soon, and we will not need any more drone attacks if we will provide better education, buildings for schools and hospitals, books and pens, and kids like Malala Yousafzai, if they will be there to for setting up an example for the other kids, for the other youngsters to follow. And in this scenario, we hope and we request India to play a role. India is a modern country, a secular state. It is not for any religion. So we hope the Indians will also come forward and they will shake hand, and both the armed forces in India and Pakistan, they will forgive each other and will step ahead for a new India, for a new Pakistan, and for a new Afghanistan, for the new year 2014-15 to come. So youngsters between the age of 18 and 40, mostly students, working professionals, engineers, doctors, lawyers, and civil society, media, journalists, judges, bureaucrats, government officers, private employees, traders, business persons, corporations, they all will work together to bring peace in the region. If Pakistan is stable and both of its borders, Pakistan's western border and Pakistan's eastern border is safe, if it's safe from any sort of firing, shelling or attacks, and if the Indian borders are safe, and if the Afghanistan's borders are safe, there is no reason to fight. So the civil society in the three countries, they have to realize, and we would like to request the government of Saudi Arabia and Iran to play a very important role to stop the sectarian conflicts in Pakistan, to stop the sectarian controversial speeches between the various clerics in Pakistan, and then we can talk about a new Pakistan. And a new Pakistan, the birth of new Pakistan is in the favor of United States, is in the favor of India and Afghanistan. So any types of proxy wars of different countries being played in Pakistan will not benefit any country anymore in the next few years to come. So it's a global message for peace, and I'm addressing especially to the students of India, students of Pakistan, and students of Afghanistan, with the help of students in the United States, England, and the rest of the Europe, to come out and stand for the peace in the region, in South Asia, in Afghanistan, in Iran, Pakistan, and in India. And if this will happen, if we will resolve our issues peacefully, I hope then moving towards Middle East and bringing peace and stability and certainty in various countries in Middle East will be easy, and we can get rid of terrorism, any type of terrorism from within the Middle East. And we hope the government of the United States, government of Israel, and the European Union will play their important role to bring peace in Middle East and in South Asia and Southeast Asia. Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.